And welcome back to Flexible Games, where we are playing FortressCraft Evolved. Well, let's see here. I have got some work done. I worked pretty much all day yesterday on just one task, and that was clearing my corners. So it was a lot of excavating. A lot of excavating. We're talking like, I don't know, 12 to 16 hours of just cruising on the excavators. So yeah, all of our corners are all cleared all the way to the overmines. So we are actually ready for beacons and falcors and cryogenics and all of that stuff. So I also started off the cryogenics research, and we should be close to finishing that. Let's see. Yeah, we got 10 left to go on that. So I've rearranged a little bit of this system here. I moved sort of the bulk of the factory over a little bit, moved all of the platforms for my turbines over as well to sort of clear this area over here, because I want a nice clean area for biomass. I finished all of the matter movers down to the depths. So yes, every single station now all around this place has matter movers going straight down to the extractors. Now it's just a matter of delivering power, getting a system going, and what I want to do, because a recent change to the game actually increased the power generated by turbines to a substantially more on rapid mode, and we are on rapid mode. So I don't think I'm going to need as many turbines. I have a feeling I'm not going to need as many. But one of the things I want to do is get my turbines going and then power all of my cargo lifts using a turbine. And then I can connect said turbine and power grid up to the CPH. So everything is then loaded from the CPH. You want as much of your base connected to the CPH as possible. So I kind of want to clear, get an area going and get some power to my first turbine here. And ideally, I would put a Mark IV battery on top of each one of these. I did put solar panels on the smelters, because one of the things is, you see how these are all full, so it's not smelting anymore? Well, it's still drawing power. It's still maintaining power. So I was actually burning through a ton of coal just constantly in order to keep these smelters just idling. So I put some solar panels on there just to stop that from happening. So that, that's helped quite a bit, because I was burning through hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of coal just to keep those things idling. And as you can see, I've actually built up quite a good stockpile of resources. One of the first things I want to do is build my initial burst of fuel canisters. And how I'm going to do that is I'm going to go in here and I'm going to grab the pipe extrusion plants and then the fuel canister crafters right after those. And we're going to create a few. I'm thinking 200 to start, because turbines also use more more fuel canisters, so they burn through them a lot faster. So I want to start this process. This will give me my first initial run of canisters, and these should go, and there they are. Okay, so to get this process started, I want to go all the way down like this. This is my return trip here. These are all my returns. So all of these will return the empty canisters after they have been used. So we're just going to... I also added a nano storage hopper. This holds just one material, but it's able to distribute things pretty nicely. So we're going to go up with this. Now, do I want a... I kind of want, instead of a nano right here, I kind of want a turntable. That would allow me to distribute stuff back there and over here as well. I think that might be wise to do, because then you get a more even distribution and you don't have everything going into one. You have, you know, a wide distribution of items. So let's bring these up, because we're going to have refineries all along here, and this is the biomass, and this is where a nano hopper will come into very much usefulness, because I'm going to go in the back here, and the back side of this is where we're going to have biomass leaking back behind all of these, because we need biomass and empty canisters. So I need a way. So if I like take this and go like that, put a nano hopper right like that, this should... Oh no, I want that to go up like that. See, nano hopper will distribute stuff and keep these lines full, versus this one where I actually want to distribute the empty canisters around all of my all of my refineries. So let's say this is another refinery right here. So I would put another turntable on here. So this one going across will distribute up and out. So this one kind of goes like this, and we're going to include this side, and then another nano hopper right here should allow me to distribute straight up and continue out. So trying to get a nice system here is with all of these different things. And then this is where everything is going to come out at right here. So this one is my, well, I don't know what you'd call it, my output. And so all of these are going to connect to this one line in some way, shape, or form. Take that away, and then I can have ones back here do that too. I can have them connect right up into the middle here, and we should have no crosstalk between any of our settings. So coming up here, we're going to want a way to output all of these canisters. These are going to be the high energy composite fuel. So this is where it's going to come out. Like this. And then I'm not going to hook it up just yet. We're going to hook it up, but this one can be a nano hopper, because I want this to be able to output really fast. And instead of using turntables on all of these, I'm going to use nano hoppers. So each one of these stations here is going to get a nano hopper, and then we'll be able to output really fast, because these things are going to burn through the fuel in about 30 seconds. So we're going to need to up our game a little bit on setting these up. And with all these nano hoppers in place, we should be able to then move a lot of material really fast. We won't have any of the delay that is associated with the turntable. So there we go. We've now got nano hoppers all the way down, ready to go. And to fuel these, we don't need too much. I'm just going to use logistics hoppers. So that's going to go right into a logistics hopper. And to output the fuel, output the empties, we're going to go straight down like that. And we're going to have another hopper. This one is going to be remove only, and this one's going to be add only. That way we'll only take from this one and put in this one. And then the empties will go back to get recycled. So now we've got our very first station there that we can put our first turbine. Now also realize that once this turbine kicks in, our threat level is going to skyrocket with all the power this thing is going to produce. So we can collect that. Now I want to unlock the Falcor, the logistics Falcor that we're going to need to arrange our plasma heads, because I want to get that going as soon as possible so we can expand our smelting operation. So this is a pretty cheap one. There's logistics Falcor. That's what I want. So this one here, 25 basic, 15 intermediate. Okay, so I want advanced logistics, 25 basic. That is really straightforward. So it's 25 is 50, 5, 10, 15, 20. Actually, that was 10 at a time. Yep. So there's 50 and then 150. 20, 30, 40, 50. There we go. So there is the 25 basic, and I think it was 15 intermediate, if I'm not mistaken. Advanced logistics. Yes, 15 intermediate, so we can push 30, 10, 20, 30, and then 90. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. So there is all the research that we need for that. And that's already set up to go. What is our threat? 0. Yeah, I put this little station right here with threat reducers. 1 coal, infused coal power generator can support 8 of these. So yeah, we're doing pretty good. I think these are 5 power per second. There's no way to know or to tell. I would have to look at the code to actually see what those are, but I think they're 5 power per second. Okay, so all of our fuel canisters should be done. No, they're not. 21 left. I also moved the slime trap. The slime trap was about right in here. I moved it over there. There it is right there. I moved it because I didn't want anything in the way here, because all of our resources are going to come in here. And I really didn't want any crosstalk in between slimes and my resources. So here are all of the slime traps. I've got 4 hoppers down there, all pushing out. Ooh, look at that. These things just are crazy busy. A lot of materials are getting sucked into there. Yeah, and with the corners cleared, it actually helps quite a bit on the slimes, because they have a clear, exact path with no obstacles like this. I really want to clear this part of the mountain out here too, for no other reason than to try to get slimes, more slimes coming in, because this huge mountain right here is preventing a lot of slimes from coming in, because they hit areas like this and they can't navigate very well. Plus, when they come up, and over this hill, they end up hurting themselves and dropping materials. So I think we are just about ready to build our first turbine. Let's see. I've got the plastic. I've got tons and tons of plastic. So let's see. Power generation, jet turbine. These are one-click craft. So there's 1 and 1. There we go. Our first turbine is ready to go. And I kind of want a walkway to get up here. That way I can just jump right up here. Okay, so our first turbine, let's put this on this one here. So turbine and housing. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. And then the turbine proper. There it is. There's our first turbine. Now, let's go over here, grab both sets of fuel canisters, because we're going to want to dump as many of those into the system as we can. So now this thing is pulling material to create high energy composite fuel. You can see it going there. We're actually able to deliver enough power. I've got 9 solar panels on the top of this thing. So we're able to deliver enough power to get our first, there it is, high energy composite fuel. So I'm thinking we're going to want the very first one to go down. And let's follow her down. Oh, there's a couple actually coming in. So it should hit these nano hoppers and immediately get spit out. There we go. So there's no delay with the nano hoppers. And this is a tricky hopper mod thing. He's got a lot of different levels of hoppers, and this is just the one that stores one item. So just like a turntable. So this turbine should kick in. There we go. Let's see how much power this thing generates. Yeah, look at the power already. Oh yeah, this thing is going to produce way more power than what we dealt with in the previous series. I mean, it's already full, and it didn't even hit like 50,000 RPM. So this thing can generate a ton of power. But again, it's going to use up a lot of fuel. So it's hopefully spit out the empty canisters. They probably already traveled down here. So I'm thinking they already traveled down here. So as this thing finishes, it's going to fill this line with fuel. And that's what I want. I want this line to be well backed up with fuel. Because this turbine, this one at the very end, that's why I kind of built beyond my factory here. This one on the end is going to power all of my cargo lifts. So you can see fuel level is still going down even though we're not actually generating power. So having these things idle is not a good thing, especially when you are hurting for resources. I mean, we're not really hurting for resources right now, but it would be nice to not be wasting that fuel. So as soon as this gets down to 0, I'm going to throw in the last 100. I could actually just do that now. I'm just kind of set this up. And this is trying to fill other areas. As you can see, it's trying to push material into the other directions, which is fine. I mean, it's wasting what, 4 or 5 canisters. That's not a big deal. And then they'll have canisters ready to go when we have another reactor. So I'm going to need a turbine over here to kind of help this along. And we're going to power, when these things are stacked high, we're going to power them with turbines. But I need to research the ultimate power grid first. There are a few things that we're going to need before that time. So I'm hoping, let's see if that research is done just before the end of the episode here. So let's see. Oh, it has got 6 left. So next episode we will tackle this process here. I'll let this finish up. What's our threat at? Yeah, our threat has gone way, way up. And we are currently in battle. Grab all these. I do have the resources ready-made to start beacons and falcors, but we needed turbine power in order to make those work, as well as the ultimate power grid, so we can get the Mark III lasers going. So we got 3 left. All right, well, that'll do it for this episode. So I thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.